What is going on, everybody? It's Jay, aka it's Double Upload Story here, back with another Fan of Parade video. And again, as I said in the intro, it's a double upload. We're doing EIJI Hard Sweep, and this is full post commentary because, man, I don't know how to say this in the nicest way possible, but my goodness, when I say EIJI, really enjoyed getting his teeth kicked in whenever it mattered, okay? And what I mean by that is that a lot of people's issues with this character, myself included, was his RNG-based kit. This is the clear, right? But at the end, I will show y'all how brutal the RNG can truly be with this unit. I'm just going to kind of describe the general game plan, what I was thinking of, and how the clear happened. So for the first 2 turns, it's kind of just conserve cursed energy, except for Yaga, because Yaga's going to have the most breathing room in comparison to the rest of the units, due to the fact that he's going to combo ult, I would say around, off the top of my head, let me think, 3 times during this run. He's going to combo ult once with Megami, once with Shoko, and once with EIJI. The main plan is to use Megami's ultimate with Yaga during first phase to get us into second phase. Usually what I would do is that I would do skill 3 at the start of phase 2. In fact, you guys will see that I almost reset the run because I instinctually pressed skill 3 instead of skill 1 during turn 5. And I just didn't think about it. I just kept going. And usually it would only take a skill 1 to get you just straight out of phase 1 into phase 2. Especially if you're using the Rec Bit on Yaga, because you won't be using the Rec Bit again until right at the end of the run. So yeah, like right here, I'm like, oh, that's like super overkill. And I did that. I'm like, huh, did I waste all that cursed energy? And then boom, I almost thought about resetting him. I'm like, wait, this could be the run, right? So another part about phase 2 that is very interesting is that basically phase 2 can end in a heartbeat, depending on who gets hit with darkness. If Megami gets hit with darkness, you might as well reset the run. That's basically it. If Megami gets hit with darkness, reset the run. I have never had a time where Megami got hit with darkness and it was anywhere close to a clear. Phase 2 is basically EIJI's mission to basically bomb your way out of it, okay? EIJI should clear the entirety of phase 2 basically solo with his ultimate and his skill 3 afterwards. And you guys will see that he does it in those 2 turns. There was a run that I did where the boss had like 53,000 HP left. So like quite literally like a sneeze. Like if it was a blue Yaga follow-up would have been overkill for how much health that the boss had. But those 2 turns get us into the next phase. Now immediately afterwards, you got to combo ult with Shoko and Yaga. The reason why is because Shoko's combo ult effect gives cursed energy back. Yaga's going to need CE for the rest of the run, and even though Shoko has Jogo's banner Rec Bit that does give her curse energy when her CE is low enough, it's not going to be enough for the rest of the entire run, okay? So you also pop Shoko's Rec Bit to give us more ult gauge to deal with, because Megami has to get ultimate in a very set amount of turns. Yaga's also most likely going to crit during this combo ult, thus giving him a little bit of ult gauge afterwards. And it's also important that Yaga crits during this run. I didn't bring this up during phase 2, but Yaga has to crit during phase 2, okay? If he doesn't, you're not getting that combo ult on the start of phase 3, and the run's basically over, because your units are going to start trickling out curse energy way too much. You're going to lose far too much damage. So once you make it to phase 3, the goal is just to get into domain with Megami, and then that first turn, where you usually just set up with EIJI, you're going to combo ult with Yaga and EIJI to get like the most damage possible. Now the only issue is that obviously because my EIJI is, I would say, yeah, he's A0, level 8 ultimate, so only 1 chaotic Jujutsu crystal in his ult, and then level 9 on his skill 3, so 1 chaotic Jujutsu crystal there. He didn't finish the job, obviously. And another issue was that Yaga didn't crit at the end of the run, thus leading to a predicament to where we had a combo ult very, very late, and it wasn't even Yaga that combo ulted. It was supposed to be Yaga and Shoko combo ulting again. So Yaga was supposed to combo ult 4 times during this run, but because He came in very, very late, and Megami got his ult before him. We have Shoko and Megami clear out the run, and thankfully, EIJI did not get all of his stacks drained. That stressed me out so much when I was actually doing the run. But you'll see here that EIJI, he drops a bomb. He drops a bomb. Pretty big one at that. And this character, like, the standard illusory tower, like the 1 through 90 tower, is very brutal to this unit's kit. But when he's in content where he can just kind of be whatever he wants to be, in terms of just like, okay, no debuffs to my kit, because he's very reliant on his self buffs, in my opinion. I mean, he even hits hard if they are like semi-nerfed, but like, he is a character that, like, if you remove his self buffs, it's going to be like a green Nanami situation, in my opinion. You got to see this unit like at his peak. And right here, boom, 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 boom. Still a lot of damage, 25 mil. And then we obviously lose our full throttle status. And again, I was hoping that Yaga would like crit a little bit more. I don't believe he crits right here, because if he crit right here, we would have had the combo, I believe. So Yaga and Shoko was supposed to combo ult, you know, twice during this run. So 2 times during phase 3 would be ideal. But instead, we end this run off with the Shoko Megami combo ult. And for people wondering, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to get to the final turn. Why are you doing turn 2 on, skill 2 on EIJI? For aura, okay? Don't need to do an attack. He just needs to flex a little bit before we leave. But yeah, that's the hard sweep clear. If you remove all the times that EIJI sold my run, and there was only one time he didn't sell my run, the only time, there was a singular time that EIJI didn't sell my run, and it was Yaga's fault. Yaga didn't crit at all during phase 2, and that ruined everything, but all the other attempts where it was a, in quotation marks, fail, was all just EIJI's fault from losing all of his stacks. Just clear cut and simple. In fact, we're going to take a gander at some screenshots from my Discord. Just give me one moment. Okay, so your boy has like a really awkward and very weird sleep schedule. So I woke up approaching around like maybe 1 a.m. I got to my desk and I'm like, okay, 3:06 a.m. Awake again in testing, lost all of his stacks before ult once again. And this was during, I guess you could say, his major damage turn. Okay, so right before we were about to do our major ultimate with Yaga and EIJI, it fell apart. We lost all of our stacks. Next screenshot. Mind you, this was like exactly less than 10 minutes. He doesn't have ult yet, but lost all of his stacks on the turn before he gets it. So the turns before we get to phase 2, I'm supposed to have EIJI's stacks all the way maxed out, and he'll have his ult ready once we're in that domain. Lost it all again. Then we go to the next screenshot. Another run failed because he got hit and lost all of his stacks. Again, that phase 3 curse. It hurts a lot. Then I put, this happened again just now, not even bothered to screenshot it, which is the turn 4 where I get all my stacks stolen. We're sitting on turn 5 with domain expansion on Megami and ult on Yaga, and we just don't have it anymore. Then I didn't even bother to screenshot this, mind you. I was just so like defeated. Now hit a new low of losing all stacks on turn 3, right? And then with just the plainest reaction emoji you could ever imagine, there is a on the actual turn where I'm supposed to combo ult with Yaga and EIJI, there is no more stacks because he lost them all. So then right after, I would say about 20 minutes later, I posted a screenshot of me clearing. So we had a roller coaster of emotions go on for 44 minutes. We had about 44 minutes of EIJI selling majority of the time. And I'm going to put a compilation of EIJI selling. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord server. It's in the channel bio. Thank you for over 2,000 subscribers. And let's celebrate 6 months straight of daily uploads. Thank you for joining me on this journey. It's been Jay. aka its EIJI story, and I will see you guys later. Now we're gonna have to use the rec bit on Yaga. You may think like, oh man, it looks so green though. It's not. And we lost all of our chain counts.